The hotly anticipated Death Stranding, the new game from Metal Gear Solid creator Hideo Kojima, promises strong action, stealth, and RPG elements. It's also pretty clear from the cryptic trailers that the game does not fit into an established genre, and will instead forge a new style. Here's what you need to know before the game hits stores. Kojima Productions has released a number of trailers for Death Stranding, including the release date's 2019 reveal. Besides announcing the release date, it highlights Death Stranding's open-world gameplay, including new environments, motorcycle riding, and high-stakes gunfights. It also introduces 2 new characters, while providing the names for those seen in previous videos: Mama, Heartman, Cliff, Fragile, Deadman, Die Hard Man, Higgs, and Amelie. A special message from Kojima accompanied the blog post announcing the trailer's release, providing more insight on what players can expect from the game. He says, "People have created walls and become accustomed to living in isolation. As some Porter bridges, you will attempt to bridge the divides in society, and in doing, create new bonds or strands with other people around the globe. Through your experience playing the game, I hope you'll come to understand the true importance of forging connections with others." Norman Reedus, best known for his portrayal of Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead, brings Death Stranding's main character, Sam, to life. Mads Mikkelsen, who has established a name for himself playing villains like the Chief in Casino Royale, Caecilius in Doctor Strange, and Dr. Hannibal Lecter in the Hannibal TV series, plays Cliff. Based on the trailers, Cliff will likely act as one of Death Stranding's main antagonists. The game also boasts a strong supporting cast, including Léa Seydoux from Spectre, Margaret Qualley from The Leftovers, Tommy Earl Jenkins from Jersey Boys, Troy Baker of The Last of Us, and Lindsay Wagner, the original Bionic Woman. All provided motion capture, 3D scans of their likenesses, and vocal performances for the game. Death Stranding also uses the likenesses of film directors Guillermo del Toro and Nicholas Winding Refn, though other actors provided the voice and motion capture for their characters. Kojima Productions has revealed new cast members and characters with each trailer, so additional talent may be introduced as Death Stranding's launch draws closer. Sam is a delivery man tasked with traveling across what remains of the United States. With the government, now known as the United Cities of America, or UCA, in shambles, mankind's survival depends on coming together. Players must complete a variety of objectives while protecting supplies from bandits and other threats. As the game progresses, Sam travels from the east to the west coast, connecting isolated settlements to the bridge's chiral network, a massive data transfer and communication system. Sam will have to contend with beach things, or BTs, special creatures that roam the landscape, as well as timefall, an otherworldly rain that alters time and can cause a human body to deteriorate in seconds.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I can't spot BTs, just sense them.
Players will have to monitor Sam's bodily functions and traverse cliffs using special equipment. You can engage in melee combat with your fists or weapons, which appear to be a part of a progression system. To provide accessibility for all players, Kojima has revealed that Death Stranding would include a very easy mode alongside normal and hard settings. Life and death play a key role in Death Stranding, which does not use traditional game over screens.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Upon dying, you're transported to a purgatory of sorts, an upside-down realm where you must find your way back to the land of the living. Kojima told IGN back in 2017, "I want people to realize that when they die in the game, that isn't the end. At that point, you're not dead or alive. It's the equivalent of that screen that says continue, and a counter ticking down towards zero." While in this outer place, you can explore in first person, wandering outside your body and using Sam's unique ability to perform actions such as collecting items. After returning to your body, Death Stranding transports you back to the world at the point following your death, not before, as is often the case in video games. Kojima has asserted, death will never pull you out of the game. Even so, death can have lasting consequences. When taking on foes, you're encouraged to find a non-lethal approach, as according to the game description, every death carries weight. Death Stranding will include an asynchronous online component, allowing players to trace the paths taken by other couriers and share supplies in safe houses, all without ever physically encountering one another. Like much of the gameplay elements and story, the details surrounding how this online component will work are nebulous. Mads Mikkelsen told Total Film, "The whole concept of playing the game, as I understand, needs collaboration from different people from different parts of the world, which is also on another level of fantasticness." This supports Kojima's emphasis on connecting players. It also mirrors comments made by Norman Reedus in 2018. The concept is so mind-blowing because it's not like kill everybody and win the game. It's a connecting thing. It's like the opposite. It's so ahead of its time and there's elements of social media in it. And the idea is that so many games and so many parts of millennial culture are being alone in a room and you lose contact, physical contact with people. This is after that and the re-establishing of that physical contact. When Sony and Kojima Productions first teamed up for the project in 2015, the announcement mentioned that the then unnamed Death Stranding would debut on PlayStation 4 with a PC launch to follow. But when Kojima revealed that Death Stranding would use Guerrilla Games' Decima engine, also used for Horizon Zero Dawn, arguments surfaced in the community over whether the developers would follow through on their PC promises. By using Sony-owned technology, some felt Kojima had sealed Death Stranding's fate as a PlayStation exclusive. Others say Kojima received the engine's source code with no strings attached, preserving the terms of the original deal. In a 2016 interview, Kojima said, "Before making any contracts or anything, they just gave me this. Apparently, the company presented in the engine on a flash drive, but that's not the same as there being no strings attached, despite how some fans have interpreted the statement." Sony and Kojima have not confirmed whether they still plan to release the game for PC. The announcement trailer shows dog tag-like items on a chain around Sam's neck, which display equations. Fans have noted that the front tag seems to include an engraving of the Schwarzschild metric, which is related to the radius of a black hole. The second tag displays what appears to be the Dirac equation, which relates to wave functions and special relativity. Some Redditors have posited that a black hole would explain much of the phenomena in early looks at the game. Specifically, black holes could tie into the explosion Sam refers to, and since black holes have often been associated with travel in time and between dimensions, they could explain the upside-down world you enter upon death and the timefall. The BTs might have once been denizens of an alternate world of reality. Players can collect 3 rare items in Horizon Zero Dawn: Stranded Figure, Stranded Shackles, and Stranded Necklace. Once you've obtained the set, you can trade them for a special item, the Warm Socks. All 3 items have appeared in Death Stranding trailers. A Horizon Zero Dawn player also discovered an in-game mural that appears to reference some of the events in Death Stranding. These features, along with the decision to use the same engine, have led some fans to conclude that the 2 games share a connection beyond just the engine.
Where we get these gorgeous, huge landscapes, waterfalls, barren deserts, wastelands, and we get a lot of huge landscapes in Horizon as well.
Several fans have noted possible references or parallels to Egyptian mythology in Death Stranding, noting that the underwater purgatory is similar to Duat, the Egyptian realm of the dead, and comparing Cliff to Osiris, the Egyptian god of the dead. A Death Stranding teaser trailer from 2016 shows a rusty tank filled with whale intestines and what appears to be World War II era planes and uniforms. One Redditor believes these items were collected from the purgatory Sam visits when he dies, suggesting, "Purgatory may contain all human history in itself, trapped souls from every era and primitive weapons are used to kill each other." Based on Cliff's posse of skeletons over whom he seems to wield control, it's possible he may even be the master of this death realm, which complements the theory that Cliff is actually Osiris. Another Redditor suggested that most of the main characters have Egyptian counterparts, while a third noted the possible significance of skull mask worn by Troy Baker's character, a common element in Egyptian mythology. Specifically, they claim that this mask resembles an Egyptian death mask, while his cloak resembles a uraeus, an important royal symbol. With Kojima at the helm, it's sure to be a complex story with lots of allusions to history and mythology. Sam's mission is to reconnect the fractured settlements of the United Cities of America using the Bridges chiral network. Amelie, the daughter of the UCA's former president, started this work, carrying her mother's message across the country. However, she was taken captive by an extremist group in Edge Knot City, which appears to occupy the area of real-world Los Angeles. These separatists, known as the Homo Demons, keep Amelie confined to the city limits, though they've allowed her to continue working with the UCA via projection.
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want.
The Homo Demons have no interest in connecting to the other settlements and hold Amelie as collateral to keep the rest of the UCA out of their territory. During the briefing, Amelie and Die Hard Man explain the situation to Sam in what looks like the Oval Office, pleading with him to take up the former president's dream of reconstructing America. Though he refuses, it's clear that he later accepts the mission, embarking on a journey to connect the terminals created by Amelie's associates to the chiral network in a final bid to save the human race. In the post-apocalyptic setting of Death Stranding, the so-called Bridge Babies power the sensors of Bridges operatives, allowing them to detect BTs while in the field. Essentially, the BBs act as conduits between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Bridge Babies are taken from the wombs of brain-dead women called still mothers. The babies maintain connections to their mothers, allowing them to tap into the power of the death realm. Bridges operatives carry the BBs in pods that simulate the environment of their mother's womb. Similar to batteries, you must recharge Sam's BB during your travels by bringing it to special chiral network terminals that provide a direct connection to the still mother. No Bridge Baby has ever lasted longer than a year, and the player will have to monitor their stress level, soothing Sam's BB as you head west. Death Stranding comes to PlayStation 4 on November 8, 2019, earlier than many fans expected. The title entered full production in 2017, following Kojima's decision to collaborate with Guerrilla Games and use the Decima engine. PlayStation architect Mark Cerny said, regarding the Fox engine Kojima's team developed at Konami, "Unfortunately, Kojima-san needed to leave his technology with his former employer, so we went on a quest to find an engine for his game. Anyone who pre-orders Death Stranding will receive the PS4 dynamic theme, Death Stranding Nindoroid Ludin's PSN avatar, and 4 in-game items: gold Sam sunglasses, gold hat, gold armor plate, and gold speed skeleton. According to the official website, players will, quote, unlock in-game items via story progression, suggesting that they will not have immediate access upon release. You can purchase a physical or digital copy of the standard edition from most major retailers for $59.99. Sony has 3 premium editions of the game on offer, all of which come with additional pre-order content. Priced at $69.99, the special edition includes the full game, a custom steelbook, a digital download of the Death Stranding music album, and behind-the-scenes video, and the in-game item Gold Ludin's Mask sunglasses. For $79.99, you can purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition, which features a digital copy of the full game, a digital download of the music album, and behind-the-scenes video, all 10 Death Stranding avatars, and the in-game items: the gold Ludin's Mask sunglasses, gold power skeleton, gold all-terrain skeleton, and level 2 gold armor plate. Retailing for $199.99, the collector's edition comes with the same bonuses as the special and digital deluxe editions, but it also includes the Bridges cargo case, full-size BB pod, and a Nendoroid More Ludin's minifigure. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more SVG videos about your favorite games are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.